Hey guys, James and Mark here with another mukbang. Today we are going to be making the best Japanese ramen that you can buy on Amazon.
Ooh, this is a famous Japanese ramen place in Japan. And there's a few locations throughout the world, and I think the one closest to us is 6 hours away in New York. This was about $40, but there's 5 ramen packets in here. So before we start cooking, let's go ahead and open up the box.
All right.
Everything's in Japanese, but that's okay. I noticed that there's some perforation here, so
Looks like Oreos.
like the Oreo case. All right, let's see. Oh, it comes with chopsticks. How nice. There's only one pair, so who gets to eat tonight?
Oh, this feels like the soup base.
I have these packets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then
You're counting them like cards.
there's, I guess, 5 bundles of noodles.
Oh.
They're known for their solo ramen booth. Have you seen those before?
Yeah, like where you kind of just pay and you don't even see the server.
No, they kind of roll the curtain up a little bit, give you the bowl of ramen, and then close the curtains. They're also known for their spicy sauce. And let's prep some toppings first. So we looked through our fridge and in our pantry and just pull out everything that we thought would go well with the tonkatsu ramen. We have eggs. We had a canned corn. We have this fried onions. Barely enough furikake flakes. We have some fish cake, green onions, and you know what? We also have, the Korean seaweed. Let's go ahead and open that up and add that to our ramen.
Mark, I only see the word cooking instructions on here.
Not to use a frying pan and use a pot. So that's all. That's obvious. Okay, so it looks like we boil the water, put the noodles in, and then cook for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Add the soup base in, turn off the heat. But let's see, how much water? Oh, it says right here, 450 milliliters.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's about almost 2 cups.
Now, what's this? Caution. And then there's peppers next door.
Oh, so this might be the spice level. So if you want 0 spice, you add nothing. If you want 1 spice, that looks like a half sign.
Wow, this looks so good. I feel like we
gosh.
are actually in one of those booths in Japan right now.
It smells really good. It doesn't look like or smell like instant ramen. Yeah.
This is gourmet next level.
Oh my gosh, so I can't wait till we try it. You could add as much of this red spicy sauce of theirs. Oh, it's just powder.
Oh.
Whatever, that's the whole packet.
I bet you guys are like, just do the whole thing, but I don't wanna, I'm gonna do half.
We're gonna drink some ice cold height beer. We apologize, we don't actually have any Japanese beer on hand. Cheers. Ooh, I feel like I'm in Japan because we always used to get ice cold beer there
Every day,
with almost
every meal.
all our meal. Yeah.
Wait, so what do we have to say before we eat?
Izaki damas.
I thought it was iki. Oh,
Ikatamasu. So the powder is. I'm just gonna mix it. Yeah.
Wow. What firmness of noodles is this?
Just normal.
Just normal?
Just
All right.
normal. Wow.
You're right. This has no semblance to anything instant I've ever tasted.
The broth tastes like real tonkatsu broth.
Oh my gosh, you cook the noodles perfectly too. There's still a little bit of bite, but not super, super soft.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the broth is so good. The broth is nice and creamy.
Yeah.
It has a good flavor to it. It tastes like it's been like made in the big pot for hours and hours cooking down a pork bone.
We've seen those videos. Literally, ramen chefs have to start on the next day's broth when they show up to work.
Yeah.
So this was what,
Wow.
10 minutes? Okay, I'm gonna dive into your perfectly cooked egg here. Look at that. You can add as many toppings as you want when you're at home. Because when you go out to ramen restaurants, that's how they get you.
Wait, so this is $40 for a pack of 5, so each one is $8? Not bad. It actually does taste like kind of like you get it at a restaurant.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Usually you go to a ramen place, you get the base and it's like, oh, $10 for a bowl of ramen is not bad. But then once you add everything, it's like $25.
Yeah. Oh, look at the egg.
Oh, yours is beautiful. I already ate mine.
Oh, did you? I didn't even see you. How would you feel when we go to Japan and we're like, oh, we need to go to Ichiran Ramen? Would you mind not sitting together with me?
I wouldn't mind, would you?
Why? You wanna be solo?
I mean, it's just for one meal. Did I say the wrong thing?
Is it so that you could order 3 ramens without me knowing?
No, it's just, it's just, I would just do it for the experience. I mean, obviously, I would rather share a meal with you, but if we can't, I'm not gonna like turn off the offer.
I do think it's interesting that you don't even get to see the server's face. I don't know how I feel about that. I want to know who you are.
You plated it very beautifully too. It's kind of like watching like an artist like have a blank canvas and they just start doing their thing. So like I'm filming on the camera and I have to pay attention to the viewfinder, but then sometimes I'm like, I just want to see the real thing, like as you're doing it too. So there was like a rhyme and reason behind every placement of things. I think you base it off of like, is he gonna touch the broth? This color matches this color, so I need a little bit of contrast to break it up. Like I can imagine what you're thinking. I myself couldn't do it,
You're
but
giving me way too much credit. What if it's just random?
it wasn't random. Okay, so these are not as spicy as they claim. So I added more.
Add the whole packet. It's not spicy at all. It reminds me of that, what was it, the chichimi powder?
Chichimi powder?
Ichimi powder?
Ichimi powder? I've never heard of that.
The red powder that we use for like udon or yakitori.
Oh, for yakitori. Yeah. The one in that little cylinder thing with the really small hole. Is there a time limit when you sit in one of those booths? There has to be, no?
You think so? It's not like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah, but I think part of the reason they do that is to just make sure they can turn over customers really quickly. Mike Chen, when he was doing like behind the thing, the person like was timing him to make sure that things would come out in a certain amount of time.
Oh, the workers.
Yeah. So I feel like there's some like you have to make sure.
I think for that, so Mikey Chen went to Ichiran Ramen, the one in New York. Was it that they were timing him because they didn't want the customers to wait long for their food, or was it so that they could have a quick turnaround time? I don't remember.
I think it's both.
Yeah,
like why not both, right? Make sure the customer has a good experience and then
because if
serve
you're
more.
sitting by yourself, you're not interacting. 1 minute could feel like 5 minutes because you're not doing anything else.
That's true.
You're not sitting down with your friends. You're not having a drink with your friends and having a conversation. The server can't, you know, keep your mind occupied by giving you more bread or an extra glass of wine, you know, because they know the food is always going to be late. Like the Hell's Kitchen servers. I'm sorry, would you like more wine? Would you like more breadsticks? I had enough breadsticks. Let's just go, honey. Let's just go. And they storm off the scene.
That's it.
I want to go to Hell's Kitchen. I think the egg helped a lot.
I was gonna say, if I didn't have the egg, that's when I would be like, mukbang's over. I'd be like, what else are we eating? But I think that adding the toppings have made me like, okay.
Yeah.
So let's say we did this again. What other toppings could people do if they want to have more fun with this? I think what we did was really what you would expect to see, but there's some other cool things you could probably add to this, huh?
Well, the only thing that we're kind of missing from probably the original version is a piece of chashu pork.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Because
Now
now I
you
really
want
want one. Where's the chashu pork?
We
Why
don't-
didn't you take out the Ninja Foodie and make one of those?
We only use toppings of things we already had on hand. We don't have just pieces of pork.
We have Church's chicken in the fridge. Add like a slab of that on top? Or is that sacrilegious?
Or maybe even like brisket would be good in here. Beef brisket.
Oh my God, yes. I was thinking of when we go out, we like to get spicy miso. Like to make a small like paste of that would be really good. I know some people like bean sprouts in theirs. Sliced mushrooms I've seen.
Mushroom, spinach maybe.
Spinach.
Yeah.
Now I feel like you're saving the broth best for last. So I was drinking a bunch and then I was like, wait.
Let's go for it.
Oh, I felt like I was watching like art, like all the little oil droplets in the broth, and as it moved towards my throat, it like painted like this picture. What do you guys think of these bowls? Mark got these just for this mukbang.
Well, we were always in the market for ramen bowls, so might as well just pick some up. How do we feel about the best Japanese ramen you could buy on Amazon? Would we get this again?
Absolutely. I'm almost convinced to go on Amazon to write a review. We never write reviews for things, so I feel like people need to know about this. It's really good.
But again, it's $40 for a pack of 5, $8 per serving. Here, this is a really good base for you to have at home to have some kind of authentic, more authentic like ramen at home.
So when we can start hosting people again, we'll just make a big pot of this. Make sure all the boxes are thrown away. You need to wear like a bandana and I'll just be like sweating in the kitchen and we can serve this as
And
our
say
dinner.
it's homemade.
Yeah, we've been cooking the broth for 16 hours. No? Totally worth it. I highly recommend it. We'll leave the link down below somewhere so that you guys can check it out yourselves. Let us know what you guys think. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And we'll see you for our next video. Bye.